In this episode, I'm going to show you how I got this from this. So my day job is that I work in film. At the end of each project, you have an abundance of stuff that has to find a home. This is one of those pieces. No one really wanted it because it was ugly. It was in rough shape. No thrift store wanted it because they didn't think they were going to be able to sell it. And I understand the shape that it's in. So I took it home and I'm going to see what I can do to restore this little piece back to its former glory. So after assessing this desk, I'm going to take all the hardware off. I'm going to take the drawer out and take the pieces off that. I'm even going to take the door off because it has hinges. And then after the hardware is off, I'm going to go ahead and strip the whole thing. At first, I thought about replacing all the hardware on this with something fun and new. But after getting into this project and realizing what a pain in the butt it is, I'm not going to replace it. It's going to be just fine with its old hardware cleaned up a little bit. So we have all our hardware that we pulled off, and I have it in this bowl down here. So what I'm gonna do is get it cleaned up. I kind of want the patina. I kind of like a little bit, but it's still gross and dirty and a couple years of buildup. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a old science project with baking soda and vinegar just to clean it up a bit. I'm gonna take the stripper. I chose the Citristrip, mostly because it smells better than the other stuff. It smells like citrus instead of like chemicals. I'm gonna put it into a Tupperware container that I am going to throw out after. It's very pretty. I'm gonna use a paintbrush. You can use one of the foam brushes. This one my husband has been stripping with, so you might as well just use it. And then you just kind of loop it on. So as you see, this desk looks like it's melting. The Citristrip is really doing its job in getting the paint to release from the desk. It just looks like something from a horror film, and it's kind of fun. So now we're gonna let this sit for half hour and we'll be back. So now we've let some time elapse. I'm going to take a scraper to this and try to get some of the gunk off. You can use any kind of putty knife. My preference is a little bit of a smaller one that has some give to it. We're gonna go ahead and just see what it looks like. Well, I can already see that we're going to need another coat of stripper, but you can see what the paint's doing. It looks like brownie batter. So now take a 4/0 piece of steel wool, douse it in mineral spirits, and then wipe down the whole surface of the project to get rid of the rest of the stripper. So now that the paint is gone, you can see that the original desk was a very red stain, which could be fine, but I realized that the front of the desk used to have a wood embellishment on it, and it came off. So I'm gonna have to really sand down the front of this desk to try to get those ridges off and try to make it look, well, better. So a quick update on this fun little project. With all of the moving around and the vibrations from the sanding, and probably the glue being really old, things have started to come apart, which actually works out well because then we can kind of get into the nooks and crevices of sanding that we probably wouldn't have gotten to otherwise. It also gives us a chance to kind of shore it up a bit, make it a little stronger. So we've got everything in pieces. We're going to start kind of gluing and sanding and continuing on in this beautiful day. So after all the staining, now it's time to put a finishing coat on it. I'm gonna try this Wipe-On Tung Oil to give it a finished look. Guess it is assembly day. Just what I wanted. To fix this fully, I'd have to take it fully apart and then reassemble it. And it's just not worth it. It's not good wood. It's not super nice or ornate or anything. But it will be a good template when I want to build my own. Yep. So, even though I've wanted to throw this in the fire or the trash multiple times, I haven't. And now I'm going to start reassembling all the pieces together. I did go ahead and put the top on yesterday. We had some people over, so I wasn't going to film while I was doing it. I was just trying to finish it up so it could dry. Had everything clamped. You saw me put the shelf in, put the little lip back on and the top. So now we'll reconstruct the rest of it. All right, I am finally feeling good about this project for the first time since I started taking all the pieces off of it. This feels like the project that would never end. It was so frustrating. It felt like every step of the way something else broke or fell apart. I was so ready to throw it in the trash or put it in a fire pit so many times, but I'm glad that I pushed through the frustration and it turned out really well. It may not be exactly how I had imagined, but I think it almost turned out better. I mean, I would never have anticipated painting the inside blue, but it's awesome and I'm really glad the way it turned out. So, if you're really frustrated about your project and you're not sure what to do, just push through and maybe you'll even learn something from it. I hope everyone is staying safe and sane out there through this whole quarantine crazy. I would love to hear what you guys are up to during quarantine, what kind of projects you're working on, so let me know in the comments below. If you found this video entertaining and even a little educational, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We have a whole lot more projects to do and more videos coming your way. Wish this was wine. Maybe it is.